Good morning everyone, how are you all doing today? Well, it's day 5 and the last day of my Ardnamurchan adventure. It's a bit of a chill out day today really. I'm heading over to a couple of settlements on the coast called Port Ewart and Sanna. Now apparently the beach at Sanna is very nice, so we'll take a look at that. I haven't actually got a route planned out or anything today, so I'm just going to wing it basically. We'll get over there. There are one or two things I'd like to go and have a look at, but as far as I can tell there aren't any actual footpaths to get to these things, so we might have to do a bit of off-roading today. We'll see what it's like when we get there. Because I haven't got anything really planned out, it may be that today's video is quite short and sweet, but we'll obviously see. Well, here we are at Sanna. It's a lovely little place. Apparently it became a crofting township in the 1860s. Lots of little cottages here. There is a free car park there, and some more cottages over that way. But apparently the thing it's most famous for is its beach, and apparently you just head over the dunes and you'll get to it. Right, so we've made it to the beach at Sanna, and I must say it is a fantastic beach. White sands, dunes behind it, and it is quite a large beach. I understand it's about 500 metres long. Those houses you may be able to see in the distance, that's Port Ewart. I don't think I'm actually going to go over that way. I'm going to head northwards, see if I can get to a couple of these features. But look at this, I don't know if it'll come out on camera, the colour of this water. It's certainly not like the water you see at Cleethorpes. But yeah, I must admit it is a beautiful beach. There are one or two people here, but it's certainly not busy, obviously due to its isolation. Yeah, lovely. Yeah, if you want to have a little wander, when you get to Sanna Beach, if you turn right and go around the first rocky headland, there is another beach here. I don't know if this is also called Sanna Beach. Absolutely beautiful, and there's not a person in sight now, and one house I can see. If you're into your shell collecting, you can fill your boots on this beach. Literally thousands and thousands of discarded shells. As you can see, there's absolutely tons of them. If that's your thing, head on up here. Yeah, if you keep coming round and head in the general direction of that white house that you could see, come to this footbridge over the river, and head over here and see what we can find. Yeah, so that's that second white sandy beach, and just over the back of it you can make out Sanna Beach. Over there is Port Ewart, and then I don't know if you can make out in the distance there, in the middle of the screen, that's Ardnamurchan Lighthouse, where we were the other day. Right, I can see the car park way over in the distance. We've just been coming around this section here. There isn't such a path as such to follow that I can find. I've just been following animal tracks basically. Another little white sandy beach there. There has been people up here before, obviously. They've built this cairn here. And there's one on the top of that hill. 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 I don't know whether they signify anything as such, but I'm heading over to that one next. Right, so we've made it to the second cairn. Spectacular. Those islands you can see out there, I think they call them small isles. There's Muck first, then Eig, behind that Rum, and then I don't think you can really make it out Canna. But look at these views along the coastline. Wow. Now I'm heading over there, and as far as I'm aware this is where there's no footpath to get there. Don't look too bad to get around, so it should be alright. Right, so this is where I was heading to. It's hard to actually make out now, but those stones over there are the remains of an Iron Age fort. Now why you'd want to build a fort all the way out here, I don't think there's much to protect, and there certainly wouldn't have been that many people in the Iron Age. Obviously there are signs of other human activity. I don't know what that little circular feature is, but whether it's to do with the fort or not. It is a beautiful location though. It looks like we've got some visitors. I've seen a couple of them. The seals. Oh, there they are. Right, so we're heading off to our next destination now. I'll tell you what it is when we get there. May be of interest to you, may not. But look at this, there's a spot in front of the fort if you wanted to do some wild camping. It's quite sheltered here from the wind as well. That headland behind the fort, it's, again this is probably butchering it, but it's called Rua Anduin Bain. A little bit of a bonus seeing those seals. Yeah, if you were doing some wild camping, you've got this beautiful little beach all to yourself. Yeah, this is the next area that I wanted to come and visit. It's an old crofters settlement called Plo Caig. Now, it was set up here, I think initially, to do farm work. But I understand that they found that the land here wasn't particularly good for agriculture, and then the final nail in the coffin was when they decided to build a road up to this end, and they directed the road to Sanna rather than to here. It was abandoned around about 1930, I believe, but there's quite a few structures here. There are signs of obvious more modern activity, but we'll just take a quick look round. Yeah, they weren't very big, these houses or cottages or whatever they were, you want to call them, but they certainly got thick enough walls. Yeah, just a few yards to the south of Plo Caig there is this river. I'll look on the map, and if I follow this it should get me back round to Sanna in some fashion. Yeah, just be careful where you're going. I was just going to follow this path down here, and look like there's a wasp's nest. Luckily I haven't stumbled into it. Right, if you go to the southern end of Sanna Beach, there's quite an obvious path that you can follow. I think it takes you all the way through to Port Ewick, which is over there. I'm not going as far as that. I've just climbed up this hill for the views, and what a viewpoint it is. Ardnamurchan lighthouse over the back of those hills. And this is Sanna Beach in all of its glory. It's a fantastic fantastic viewpoint from up here if you bother to climb up it. Well, ladies and gents, that's the end of day 5 on my Ardnamurchan adventure. Well, actually, it might not be, to be honest. There is a little feature, it's actually in Kilcohen itself, which I want to check out. If I can get to it, then I'll tag it onto the end of this video. If not, this is the end of day 5. Sanna Beach, it's absolutely beautiful up there. A bit tricky to get to, but yeah, it is well worth the effort. Those other features that I went to look at, the Iron Age fort, if you intend going there yourself, just be aware there aren't really any footpaths to get you there. You have got to go across land, but there's loads of animal tracks, and if you see them, just keep your eye out for them. If you see one that's heading in the right direction, just follow that. It's a little boggy in one or two places, but nothing that you can't traverse too easily. And then yeah, really enjoyed it. Not gone far today. I've only done about 7 miles, but it's out and about and up round here. Don't matter how far you go. This little feature I want to see in Kilcohen, it has just started raining when I've got back to the car, so I don't know about that. Right, overall, the 5 days I've spent up here, it's absolutely gorgeous around this area on the Ardnamurchan Peninsula. Some beautiful hikes to do, as you've seen. Fantastic scenery and not many crowds, which is the main thing. Obviously it's quite difficult to get to, that's why there aren't many people up here. I'd definitely come back up here again. I'd recommend anybody who fancies it to come up here as well. I hope you've enjoyed all the videos I've done. I must apologise that there has been some time in between me publishing the first video, travelling up to Ardnamurchan, and then publishing the rest. I was supposed to download some stuff onto my computer, from my computer onto my phone, so I could complete these videos, but like a dumbo I forgot to do it before I came up here. So I've got to wait till I get back home, can download that stuff, and then finally edit the videos in their entirety. So I hope you've enjoyed watching the videos. I've thoroughly enjoyed making them. I've loved it up here, really have. And as I always say, if you could just hit that thumbs up button for me, it only takes a second, but it does mean quite a lot. And I've got some more adventures planned in the near future. I've got a couple of weekends away with the Officially Smashed It Hiking Club in August. One of them we're doing the, I'd never heard of it, but it's called the Isaac's Tea Trail, which is in the North Pennines, Northumberland area-ish. That's 40-mile hike, doing it over 2 days. So that should be good. I think there's about 10 or 12 people doing that. Got another weekend with them. Can't remember the name of the place, somewhere down near Peterborough. I think that's going to be more of a boozy hike, shall we say. I think it's only about a 12-mile hike that we're doing, and I think there's 5 pubs along the way, which we're intending visiting them all. So that should be fun as well. And then in September, week in Madeira hiking. That again is with the Officially Smashed It Hiking Club. I'm not sure, I think there's 11 of us going there, so that should be fantastic. It's a place I've always wanted to visit. Looks like there's some stunning scenery there, and we've got a guided walk stroke hike every day. So yeah, there'll be videos coming from all of those. So like I say, if you want to watch more of this content, then please feel free to subscribe to the channel. Again, it's much appreciated. and for all of you that have watched the videos, thanks very much. I do appreciate it. So I'll catch you all possibly in a short while, or possibly in a few weeks. Thanks very much. Right, so this is the feature I wanted to check out. It's just set back from Kilcorn, just a few hundred yards. It's actually called, and again I'm probably butchering this, Griadal Fin, and it's a Neolithic chambered cairn, which is basically a burial monument. Now it's up on this plateau of highish ground, and they estimate that when it was all intact and everything, it was about 22 metres wide. So you've got these stones here. Because it's Neolithic, it actually dates from between 4000 and 2000 BC. You've got these stones here. There's not really much else to see, but obviously it is of importance. There you are. Now that is the end of my video. Thanks very much for watching.